comment,
and subscribe for more content.
Where's the notification bell?
It's to the right of you.
Oh.
What's up, guys? It's DK Wrestler here from a Funko Popcast, and in today's video, I'm going to be listing off my top 5 list of Game of Thrones Funko Pops. But before that happens, make sure you press that subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, let's check it out. So like I said, in today's video, I'm going to be doing a top 5 list of Game of Thrones Funko Pops due to the fact that this upcoming Saturday actually marks the 10th anniversary of when the first episode of Game of Thrones aired. Now, I will admit, I have not seen the entire series of Game of Thrones, which is why it is a top 5 list, and it should have been mainly a top 10 list for 10 years of Game of Thrones, but I made it into a top 5 list to be a little more easier for myself. I think I'm only, I would say, 2 or 3 seasons in. I don't know who ends up taking the throne, although at this point I'm not really caring much about spoilers. I kind of remember who it was from hearing people say so or not, but I know people didn't like the ending. But anyways, guys, let's begin this list by checking out my number 5 pick. So coming in at number 5, it is the Night King on Throne Pop Deluxe. Now, I'm pretty sure when watching the series, I have not met the character of the Night King yet, but I know that he is a crucial part of that entire series, and I think he ends up being one of the last people, like, alive, I guess, to essentially take the throne, but I don't think he does take the throne, if I'm not mistaken. I know there's a bunch of pops also that are on thrones, but I wanted to put a Night King pop in this, and I thought that this was a cool Night King pop where he has the throne. I like how the eyes look in this Funko Pop because not a lot of Funko Pops actually have pupils within the eyeball there, and I think it makes sense because that's how the eyes are on Night King, I'm pretty sure, so it totally makes sense that they ended up doing this for this Funko Pop. But anyways, guys, let's move on to my number 4 pick. So coming in at number 4, it is the Hot Topic exclusive Bloody Jon Snow. I think the way that this Jon Snow pop looks is really, really cool. I definitely needed to add a Jon Snow pop to this list because Jon Snow is one of the main characters throughout the entire series of Game of Thrones. I love the way this looks with the sword kind of going in front of him, and he's even got that nice blood splatter across his eye. But the reason it's at number 4 and not higher is because of the fact that I feel like I have more of a personal reaction towards the next 3 that are going to be on this list, and I feel like there's a bit more detail also. So let's move on to my number 3 pick. So coming in at number 3, it is the San Diego Comic-Con 2012 exclusive Headless Ned Stark. Now, I think this pop looks fantastic, and I know realistically it should be higher due to the fact that this pop is actually worth almost $1,200 Canadian on the Funko app, but at the same time, you can tell with this Funko Pop that it is an older Funko Pop, obviously as shown on the Funko app, released in 2012, so the designs weren't as detailed as you see Funko Pops now, especially with the Game of Thrones lineup. But I do love the idea that you have a detachable head because of the fact that I'm pretty sure in Season 1, Ned Stark does pass away due to being decapitated, so it's cool that you have the head that's a detachable piece, and even around the neck, there's some blood there because obviously blood would be pouring out of your neck once your head gets cut off. But anyways, guys, let's move on to my number 2 pick. Coming in on number 2, it is the pop rides of Daenerys riding Drogon. This is a really detailed pop. It's actually one of the newer Game of Thrones pops. I'm pretty sure it was released in 2019, if I'm not mistaken, because I do remember talking about this pop on a previous episode of a Funko Popcast. Obviously, I felt like I needed to add a Daenerys pop to this list because Daenerys, once again, is a huge part of Game of Thrones. And I felt like you also needed to have a dragon in there too, so I thought you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone by adding a character and a dragon. So I thought, you know what? Riding a dragon, that's pretty cool. And I know they made a pop similar to this in the past, but it's not as detailed as it is here. I love the way that they made Daenerys' face kind of like scuffed up. You got like the scuff marks there, like she's been in battle. The way her hair is even is really, really cool also. Even the detail of the dragon with the eyes, how it's red, and then there's kind of like that pink blemish on the outside of the eyes there, and the teeth look really nice, and especially the flames. I've actually seen this pop in person, and it's got a nice translucent look to it with the flames coming out of the mouth of Drogon, and I think it looks really nice, and especially the wings and the tail. Everything about this pop is really, really cool. The reason it did not make my number 1 slot is because of the fact that I feel like with this next pop, it has more of a personal reaction to me because I was a fan of this certain character. So without further ado, let's check out what my number 1 pick is for the best Game of Thrones Funko Pop. Now coming in at number 1, my personal choice of the best Game of Thrones Funko Pop is the Khal Drogo with the daggers. Now, this was a very tough decision for me because originally I had the original Khal Drogo Funko Pop, but of course, with Funko over time, there is more detail with this newer one, but I was iffy because at the same time, because this pop was actually announced, I think last week, that it's still in that concept art form, so we don't actually know if it's going to turn out as good, not only in the glam shot eventually, but in actual person of when this Funko Pop comes out. But I do have some faith in Funko that this Khal Drogo pop that is coming out in the near future is going to turn out really, really nicely. I love the detail with not only the facial hair where it's kind of like braided there, but also you got the scar across the eye, kind of like the shadow across the eyes. You got the daggers, and it's in a different pose, unlike the original Khal Drogo pop where it's kind of like the arms to the side, even though it does have a weapon, but it's not really doing much like the majority of Funko Pops that were made before, I would say, 2016, 2017. Khal Drogo was probably my favorite character, which is why it's at number 1, because I was a fan of Khal Drogo, and the fact that I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, Khal Drogo is played by Jason Momoa, who plays Aquaman in the DC movies, so you can't go wrong with Jason Momoa, I guess. Overall, this pop is a huge improvement compared to Khal Drogo's original pop, although that original Khal Drogo pop still could have made it, honestly, as number 1. I'm gonna technically say that that original Khal Drogo pop will be an honorable mention because it is one of my favorite Game of Thrones pops, but I feel like this is a much better improvement. But yeah, Khal Drogo at number 1 as my favorite Game of Thrones Funko Pop. But anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you smash that like button. Comment in the comment section below and let me know what your favorite Game of Thrones Funko Pop is. Was it the Khal Drogo, or was it something that wasn't even added on my list? Let me know in the comment section below. And like I said earlier, press that subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching today's video, and hope to see you guys next time. 1, 2, 3, I'm out of here. Follow us on all of our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at A Funko Popcast. If you want to check out some of our other content that's featured on our channel, you can click either the playlist that's on your screen right now featuring previous episodes of our weekly podcast, A Funko Popcast, or we have suggested a video for you guys in relation to today's video.